Welcome to You Should Know This. This is another Meme Dump Friday. This is the second episode. There are a lot of funny ones in here, and if you don't get a giggle out of these, you might be low on vitamin D. Vitamin D uh, lack thereof causes a lot of symptoms like depression, weakness, and odd muscle pains. So if you're not getting enough vitamin D and you don't find these funny, you need to go outside into the sunlight and get you some vitamin D and cure your depression. It's a free cure for depression. I've also posted that video, one of my earlier videos, that teaches you how to cure depression without spending thousands of dollars in Western medicine and big pharma. Just and it's easy. For one, go outside, get some fresh air, maybe take a shower. Some of you need to take a shower. It's depression is sometimes cured by taking a shower, and people will start talking to you again because you won't smell as bad. So that's your safety tip for the week. Once again, we're here to explain to you how memes work. These are a lot of memes referencing old stuff, and you children under 25 won't get a lot of them. So I'm going to try to explain them to you and how, the world existed before you were born. Man, you got to be proud of yourself to think like that. I mean, the self centered, okay, let's just go. Probably sit at a stoplight too, playing on your phone. Okay, yeah, that dude's beast. Do not take him on in Dungeons and Dragons, okay? And this is also when he grows up, he's the guy arguing with you on the internet about what a stop sign means. Vendor tormenting is taken very seriously by some companies, um, and some of them they're just bad people. You know, this is one of my all-time favorite memes. You all know this kid, and I love that his stepdad is Terry and does loud sex to your mom. That's ah the beauty of the wrong words there in this angry little emo. See, this kid doesn't get enough sunlight, and he looks depressed. Wow, I'm surprised he doesn't have a nose ring. Somebody like that needs a nose ring just to show off the nose ring theory. I I still haven't figured this one out. I've never been mad enough to grab a cactus, but I also quit watching the news a while back, so it kind of helped me get over that. Again, if you're watching this on the YouTube app on your phone, you can pause these, and when you see one that you think is really good, and do a screen print. I don't know how to tell you how to do a screen print. Mine is a double tap. Uh, it's not a triple stamp, but it is a double tap, and you can post these to respond to the idiots that are arguing with you on the internet. That's what social media is for, apparently. It's arguing with idiots. If you're arguing with a politician, this is the type of attitude you're going to get because those idiots are idiots. Oh, these two are from Dumb and Dumber, made before you were born. I know. Oh, it's before I was born. I'm not watching it. Loser. Okay, this one was also made before you were born. His name is Nigo Montoya, and he had this speech prepared to get revenge on the man who killed his father. And it's a good networking. That one you throw down if you see something funny. Yeah, I got nothing on that one. I believe this was after he bombed a wedding or something like that. He threw a cruise missile at a wedding, killed an American citizen, stuff like that. But hey, Bush ruined the economy for the 8 years of Obama. I know you didn't know that. Yes, this is if you don't feel this way about America, your history teacher was a dirtbag. So I'm not going to talk about the gangs running around Britain doing uh, not hairdressing. There's another word for it. There's gangs doing that in Britain, and we're not allowed to talk about them. YouTube might give me a strike. I'm not sure. I don't want another strike. Um, But yeah, there's a lot of trouble going on in Britain right now. A lot of there's a bunch of stabbings too. I think they call it the London Special, is when you get a quick stab wound. Uh, this is a very difficult quiz. Um, some people can't get the some people can get synonyms. They can't get the antonyms for um, always coming from Take Me Down. It just I, if you can figure it out, you can you can rickroll somebody. You can share this with your friends. This is back when it was called Twitter, and I'm not sure what that first one is. Maybe MySpace. I don't know. I was not on MySpace, so don't even ask. Uh, if your friend's being an idiot, you get this one. That was Buddy Holly. No, it was not Buddy Holly. He played Buddy Holly. He's on Under Siege. Can't remember his name, but yeah, Caitlyn Jenner. Wow. Did Caitlyn Jenner ever get the surgery, or was that just to get out of a traffic citation and possible jail time that was caused there when she killed that person? He killed that person when they killed somebody. Yeah, pretty much. That's why we can't have nice things. Acrologia. It's the incorrect use of words. Um, Kind of like on my previous video, how to rope bitter. Um, it's someone trying to sound smarter and sounding stupider. There was a great skit on In Living Color where a Damon Wayans was the guy just screwing up every word he tried to use, a big word, and he got every one of them wrong, and it was freaking hilarious. That show wouldn't play today. The offensiveness of the honest, but offensive, it couldn't play. People are too delicate. Probably because they're depressed and weak from not getting enough vitamin D from going outside. Huh. Maybe that's what it is. I mean, that's why people are so delicate nowadays. I know I have done malarkey, but I'm not sure I can pull a shenanigan. If you know how to shenanigan, please explain it to me without a pistol whipping. This is from an old. This is from the movie, actually, Wayne's World. It was a skit. See, Saturday Night Live. You've heard of it. It was funny at one time, and this is the later stages of it still being kind of funny. Chris Farley years, and this was one of the good skits they had, and they made a movie out of it called Wayne's World. Very enjoyable movie. It was a big hit at the time, back in 1991, maybe. I know it's before you were born, you poor delicate baby. This is a picture of Red Fox. He played Fred Sanford, and he always yelled at his son, "You big dummy!" And it was a funny show. It's called Sanford and Son. You kids wouldn't understand it these days. It was about a junk dealer, and he was just an angry old man, pretty much. Uh, him yelling at his sister-in-law, though, and her yelling back is comedy gold. Absolute comedy gold. If you don't get this, it's okay. Some people won't get this one. That's all right. You're just not very worldly. You're not educated. You don't understand older jokes. So you kids are just, if it doesn't make you laugh, just walk on. Don't don't look stupid by trying to figure it out or throwing a fit over it. You really look stupid then. So sometimes you gotta ask your buddy how you feel, some stuff like that. This is a medium old picture of Vince Vaughn. If you can hear it in his voice, yeah, he used to make great movies a long time ago. That's when you see your uh, favorite star has gone political. Don't matter what side of the aisle you're on. It sucks. I don't watch movies for politics. I can find politics on 700 channels. You don't need it. Keep it out of my movies, idiot. If you think I can't find it, you're an idiot. You're like those idiots that think some Americans are too stupid to get an ID to vote. What's wrong with you? I've never run anybody that's stupid. And if you're too stupid to do that, you're too stupid to vote. See, now that's funny right there. I don't care who you are. That's funny. That that's Larry the Cable Guy. Y'all may have heard of him. He had a skit for a while. It was pretty funny. Made a couple of movies too. Yes, when the angry, depressed emo who never gets out of his house is yelling at me on social media, this is what I see. Someone who hasn't been in the sun for years and is depressed and sad and weak because they don't get their basic sunlight for the day. Charles Barkley. He's a pretty good NBA player. It was during the Michael Jordan years, so he kind of was in the shadow of the GOAT. So, and he has an accent. Terrible, terrible. Yeah, don't touch our boats. That's just that's a good rule of thumb. Just don't touch our boats. This needs to be at the top of your meme pile, no matter what, because I've looked for this one 100 times and put up a different meme because I actually found it. Okay, you children. Oh man, there was a movie made a long time ago about a galaxy far, far away, where men were men and women were women, and you knew it, and it was right there and it was obvious in front of you. And people weren't whiny little vitamin D likers complaining about everything. Just complain, complain, complain. You know, it's possible to get through a day without complaining. It helps if you get some sunlight and go outside. Yeah. Never, I have heard about this since childhood, and I've tried and tried and tried, and I have never been able to make anyone blow milk out of their nose. I've gotten people to spray coffee across their desk, but never out milk out the nose. I'm disappointed in myself. I've been angry enough to stare in Japanese. Yeah, he said I could keep my doctor, and he said I could keep my plan. He said quite a bit of other stuff. Do you know they knew that was a lie when they wrote it into the speech? If you want your doctor, you can keep him. Yeah, they knew it was a lie right then. Yeah, Brian Williams got fired for bad news reporting. Pete Carroll, wow. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, it's a Hillary Clinton war story. She's got a good war story. Man, this one is a joke. Somebody got a picture of a kid uh, pushing his dad's head underwater. It's a joke. If you can't take this, you're one of those that needs some sunlight. You poor child. You poor delicate little snowflake. So child, you're so delicate. Maybe you should just go lay down. Go lay down. Feel better about yourself. You'll be okay. Because you lack a discipline. That's the ugliest cats ever made. I don't know. Who thought that was a good idea? Just because you can doesn't mean you should. it's like it's like size 46 yoga pants. It just shouldn't exist. You know what I mean? Wow. Before you were born, hated your parents. There was a show called The Breakfast Club. It was a movie. It's a great movie. Fantastic movie. A lot of funny stuff. You wouldn't get most of it because you're a child and you have to have life experience to get jokes. Okay, that's pretty important. You say, oh, kids tell the stupidest jokes because they don't have life experience. See, once you get life experience and you've seen some older movies, you'll understand what some of the old people are laughing about. Now they're just laughing at you and you don't know why. So once you get some life experience, And these are a bunch of middle class white kids that hate their parents for being so mean to them. Um, yeah, y'all can't top what these kids went through. Poor babies. But they persevered and went on with their lives. This is an enjoyable little list. I don't remember what year this was. It was a while back. But yeah, it's a pretty good list. And yeah, I'm okay with all of this. There's quite a bit going on. Also, this is we're a year into his second term, so now you delicate little snowflakes that are afraid of the sun whites. Y'all have thrown 600 fits by this point. That's you're on fit 626, and your daily fit. You're being see witchcraft doesn't have to be a cauldron and a pointy hat. They can just tell you and push you and tweak you and send you over the edge and get you to screaming and throwing a fit and getting all worked up about nothing. Yeah, I'm not saying she turned you into a newt. That was on my last video. But you can get better. Quit listening to the witchcraft people tormenting you. Yeah, if they're making you angry every day, they are tormenting you. You ever heard that word before? You are you can change the channel and stop the abuse. It's up to you. And you don't even have to pay anybody any bottle caps. Just turn it off and go outside and get some sunlight. Get out of social media. You know, social media is made to depress you. Yeah. Now, regular TV does depress you. When you turn it off, you get minor feelings of depression. But social media actively tries to tweak you and make you depressed and angry and feel bad about yourself. It's really interesting the way they do that. You can look that up if you want to. Oh, yeah. Oh, you kids don't know this one. See, a long, long time ago, there was this drink called the Kool-Aid. It was before children were guzzling monsters and Red Bulls. We had Kool-Aid. It was flavored sugar that we mixed into water. I think you can still get it at the store. And that was Kool-Aid Man, and he was a big fat guy that jumped through a building. Of course, um, his BMI nowadays is pretty low compared to all the people around him. But back then, before everybody was guzzling monsters and getting fat, he was a big fat guy. Now he's kind of average. Yes, I'm an American and I don't have a kettle. And I don't like tea anymore either. Had a gross experience with it. I'll tell you someday. Yeah, if enough fans request it, I'll tell the disgusting tea story. Man, I used to love tea. This actually happened. This is the Battle of Trenton, Washington crossed the Delaware and defeated the Hessians, German mercenaries. Yeah, back in those days, the Germans were they would loan out soldiers to other countries on a hey, rent 5,000 soldiers from us. You know, it's pretty interesting setup. Yeah, the the first and second are important. You got to understand that they're important. If you don't understand that they're important, you need to think a little bit. Look at history a little bit. The British don't have guns. The British go to jail for memes. The Chinese don't have guns. The Chinese go to jail for memes. Okay, they don't have the freedom of speech to post a meme. The British people go to jail for talking about the gangs running around, the gangs of hairdressers running around London who are doing bad things. The British can't talk about that. They'll go to jail for that. They'll go to jail longer than the people doing the grooming. Okay, and that's just if that doesn't drive you nuts, I don't know what else will. This is another movie from before you were born. Center of the universe, you. Ah, John Madden. John Madden was a great commentator, and you got so excited watching movie or watching the football game when John Madden was And sometimes he'd just say what was right on your screen, and you know. But man, those were the days. You kids don't know how good we had it. Also, before you were born, you wouldn't understand this. It was Beavis and Butthead. It was an idiot who threw a fit over the dumbest things. This show is still running, but this happened before you were born. Also, in the olden days, there was a movie. This was Heartbreak Ridge, very enjoyable movie, and his name was Gunnery Sergeant Highway, Gunny Highway, and that was the way he would look at some people sometimes. And that's back again when men were men and women were women, and you knew the difference very easily. People weren't telling children stuff they shouldn't be telling children. Yeah, if it believes in the Easter Bunny, don't talk to it about sex. It's just right there. It's that simple. That's how. If your kid, if they're trying to trans your kid, and get them out of that school, you can find an alternative, man. Just there, yeah. There's something inherently wrong with people that are talking to children about that, and they might want to might need to be investigated, to put it nicely. And here's a man in a dress. I just put these up randomly. They were. This is the way they were saved on my phone from years ago. I have no idea what this is from. It looks like it might be from Archer, maybe, but it's just fun to throw on a memoir. Ah, yes. We have freedom of speech here in America, allegedly. We have freedom of the press, freedom of speech. You should be able to talk bad about politicians. That's mainly what it was for. Again, you need to look at history to see why stuff is there. You know, if you see a cork in the bottom of the boat, don't pull it out. Maybe ask somebody. Think about history. And when I see somebody who thinks they're the center of the universe, a Karen in training, this is how I look at them. Again, this is a movie made when you before you were born, and it's got fantastic references, and it's a great love story, and you wouldn't get it because you have no life experience because you're a child. Uh, and you could call it my opinion, man, but uh, listen to somebody half your age talk for a little while. Just just talk to them. They're like, you'll realize that they have no life experience and they don't know what's going on. And it's frustrating when they try to. I don't want to say talk down to you, but yeah, once somebody hits about 30 or so, they quit thinking they're the center of the universe. If you still know you're the center of the universe, you like vitamin D. Yeah. See, I'm not trying to take anything from you by telling you to go get some vitamin D. Try it. It doesn't cost you anything. Take a shower, put on clean clothes, go outside for a little while. Find a reason. Walk to the store and get a pack of gum. Okay? That's it. I'm not telling you to go mow the lawn with your fingernails. I'm telling you take a shower and go outside. Let the sun shine on your face. It's free. Sitting on social media, you're the cattle. You're not getting anything from it. Ah, yes. Another movie from before you were born. Fast Times at Ridgemont High. It was pretty funny. It had a great soundtrack, and it showed you what life was like in the 80s. It was a pretty enjoyable movie. Had a couple of idiots in it, but yeah, it was pretty enjoyable. That was Mr. Hand. Good times, man. Also, a movie from before you were born, 1979, Smokey and the Bandit. This is Smokey. Um, he was definitely behind the times, but hilarious small town sheriff imitation. Another movie from before you were born. This is a parody of Star Wars called Spaceballs. It was good. You wouldn't get this joke because you're too young. Kids, poor kids. I feel bad for you. You never laugh anymore because you don't know any jokes. You don't have a life experience because you don't watch movies made before you were born. Yeah, some of you were born after this movie was made. This was called Gladiator. I'm gonna have to inform you. Don't look at me like I'm an idiot. There's people who haven't watched Gladiator because it was made before they were born. Ah, 1983, 84. There was a movie called Police Academy. They had to bounce up the police force as much as possible, so they lowered all the standards and brought in every psychopath and idiot they could find. And it was hilarious. Oh, it's a funny movie. Oh man. Yeah, Police Academy was one of the funniest movies. The second one was okay, and then they went downhill from there. But yeah, the first one, if you see Police Academy is on, you have to watch that one. Funny movie. I talked about the A Team in my previous video and the remake that I didn't like too much. I mean, it was okay, the Liam Neeson remake. But this is, I don't know if these guys intentionally dressed up like the A Team, but man, it's awesome. I think they did. This guy's got cigars in his mouth. So yeah, that's got to be intentional dressing up like the A Team. And since most of you kids seem to have failed second grade English, lowercase is when you make the small A's instead of the big A's. Of course, whoever made this meme did it in all caps with caps lock on like an idiot. Sassy Star. Here we go again with the shenanigans. I don't know who is so against shenanigans. See, I don't know. I just don't know. Sometimes you need to post this in response to your somebody posting something that's deep. You know, there was a show called what was it Andy Griffith Show back in the 50s. Funny little, cute little show. Small town life. This was the coward deputy who was he was very full of himself and wasn't worth what he was believing he was worth. Hmm. Is this Is he a good interpretation of a modern Karen, offended by everything? Bows up and talks big when nobody's around. I need to look into that a little deeper. Yeah, if you know somebody that needs to hand over their man card, you might want to give them this. A lot of people need to hear this one. I, yeah, a lot of y'all. You think you're making a joke, but you're not. Well, I've seen the scary movies, and I've seen a lot of Will Ferrell movies, and most of them, that's how I feel. I see you made a joke, but it wasn't a very good joke. Now, what was it? The other guys, the Will Ferrell movie, I did laugh my Obama off. Oh, you kids need to learn about this one. You see, this is a socialist hero, Joseph Stalin. You might have heard him, Stuart. Joseph Stalin, yeah. Did you know that he killed more people than Hitler? Yeah, I'm telling you. You haven't been told the truth about socialism. I got a sweet T-shirt. Socialism killed 100 million people, and all I got was a stupid T-shirt. Yeah, estimates of socialist massacres go into the hundreds of millions. Yeah, in less than 100 years. So if somebody is trying to push you to socialism, ask them about their favorite socialist massacre, because there's a lot of them. You got like 50 or 60 to choose from. Yet, oh, it's not real socialism. They're a liar. If they say that's not real socialism, they're a liar. Okay? They'll call you in, they'll still respect you in the morning. They'll call you, the check's in the mail, it's not real socialism. Those are all lies. Okay? Just look into it. Just take a few minutes and see how many people socialism raised out of poverty. It is hundreds of thousands less than all the people they murdered. Okay? So you got to remember that. Especially like Tiananmen Square. That was a big massacre. Socialist run massacre. Uh, that's a fun one for the meme wars. That's another fun one for the meme wars. If your friend has thrown something funny, give him uh, the internet trophy for the day. Ah, yes, investigating Hillary Clinton would be interesting. Did, if you want to get a good start on it, look at Filegate, Cattlegate, uh, all the people that just shockingly died. I mean, I've known hundreds of people over the course of my lifetime, and I know like five of them that died early of unnatural causes. And that includes a couple in the military. Yeah, so and that's car wrecks and stuff. So there's a lot of shady business going on around Hillary. That Filegate, Cattlegate, oh Travelgate. That was an interesting one. You ought to check that one out too. Yeah, and when you read up on Hillary Clinton's little scandals, it was dang. Especially if you figure out who George Stephanopoulos is. Back in the '70s, there was a TV show called MASH, Mobile Army Surgical Hospital, MASH, 4077th. Um, they were. It was funny. It's about Korea, and it was a comedy. It had some funny stuff in it. The movie MASH was so much better than the TV show. TV show, just the song from the TV show was so depressing, and the rest of it was. But this is it. I can hear that guy, Colonel. I can't remember his name. I don't remember his name. If you want to be cool, the cool kid will be the first one to type his name in the comments. The military alphabet would be Alpha Bravo Charlie Delta Echo Foxtrot Golf Hotel India Juliet Kilo Lima Mike November Oscar Papa Quebec, not Quebec, Quebec. Romeo Sierra Tango Uniform Victor Whiskey X-Ray Yankee Zulu. Got it. This is Ted Kennedy. After a party, he went to a party. He threw the party at the quote unquote family cabin. This is one of those rich people cabins. 16 rooms, a full bar, etc. Um, it was five old guys in their 50s and five or six 20-year-old secretaries. After the party, he left early with one of the secretaries and was gone for a while. And then he showed back up, and his story was he drove off the bridge and couldn't save her, and he ran across the island to get help. There were other ways to get help before running across the island, and they tried and tried to save her. And this Olympic quality swimmer swam across the bay and made a scene to show that he didn't murder his secretary, Mary Jo Kopechne, in case you're wondering. Uh, Now, when he ran into O.J. Simpson after the trial, he said, "O.J., if you drown them, they just take away your license." Was the joke? Yes, there it is. Ted Kennedy left a woman to die in a river. Um, yeah, barely legal intern. Obama gave guns to Mexican drug lords. That was Fast and Furious, Operation Fast and Furious. If you want to look into it, um, yeah, you all saw what Biden did. Um, yeah, Hillary had a bathroom email server. If you look into that, you'll know that she was just full of crap. Um, Sold nuclear material to our enemies. That was Uranium One deal. She doesn't have her signature on that, but her staffers said she pushed it. So she wanted that to happen. Um, let's see, John Edwards. Oh yeah, John Edwards. I remember that. He was hiding his metro shooting campaign. Um, let's see. Anthony Weiner. Yeah, they left out the other Kennedys, the pervert Kennedys, and the bootlegging Kennedys, and yeah, there's a lot they left out on the Kennedys. And Ted Kennedy's favorite sandwich. Yes, giving money to poor people is compassionate. Giving your own money to poor people is compassionate. Having someone with a gun give money to poor people is not compassion. You're just being a dirtbag, using someone else's money to make yourself feel better. You're not going to feel better after doing that. Believe me, I've watched people do that. It doesn't make them happy. Yeah, that's it's global warming panic center. um, yeah, that's an enjoyable one. Ah, yes. She couldn't remember anything. Nobody remembers it happening. She doesn't remember any of it. Yeah, railroaded. This, and she is the reason I don't trust Ted Kennedy further than I can throw up. Because if Ted Kennedy had half the guts he talks about, he would have got Dianne Feinstein kicked off the committee. But he let her run this campaign of lies in the Judiciary Committee. Judiciary is built on honest testimony. And that little punk Ted Cruz let this happen. Ah, Elizabeth Warren. Pocahontas, they call her. And it's there's so much about Pocahontas. She stole from a deserving candidate for the Harvard job. We all know that. That right there just tells you she's worthless. What's my next one? Ah, there we go. Back to World War champs. Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Ah, yes. After someone plugs a toilet at the Georgia Dome, a statistically impossible increase in Joe Biden's vote total occurred. Being trans disabled gets you good parking spaces. So if you self identify as handicapped, you get the best parking spaces. So that's if you line up. Oh, this is the same dude a few months apart. Yeah, the liberal media and some of the so-called conservative media will bend over backwards to lie about itself or to lie about the other side. Actually, they're it's the sales arm. You don't trust the salesman. Stop trusting the media. Look it up in a couple of different places. No, I am not sponsored by Ground News. I don't know why they won't sponsor me. Why is my alarm going off? Oh yeah, I gotta I gotta check the greenhouse because my tomatoes are having issues. Uh, okay. I think that's all. I'm tired of talking now. Y'all go do some research and see if we can figure out what's going on. Like, share, and subscribe. And have a good weekend.